Okay, the day is here. I have been hinting at, teasing at, toying with this video for so long, and here it is. This is going to be a part 1 video. This one is about nutrition and it's kind of foundational regarding why we want to pay attention to and optimize our nutrition. Future videos along this concept are going to be focusing on the totality of optimizing and being consciously aware of what we are taking in, what we are ingesting, because not just our nutrition, but also our environment, the energies around us, and the media that we consume all play a role, all play a part in our experience and our soul experience of this life. So as I said, this is going to be a part 1. We're going to focus on the nutrition side of it, and then there will be future videos. So if you want to make sure that you not just catch this one, but that you are notified and aware of future videos, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when those next videos show up. And also give this video a thumbs up if it is content and information that you are interested in learning more about. Definitely that does help me to understand what is working and what you would like more of. That said, I 100% make videos when I'm interested in something, so sometimes I go back and take a look and see. Other times I just like making what my energy is behind, because really that's what's going to come forward and hopefully will be resonant for those of you who need that information. Speaking of those of you who need that information, please do share this video out. You can tag me at thesimplyca on Instagram, but share the video through YouTube, through Instagram, whatever it is, and get this video out to the people who need it, as well as all the other videos that I have going on in the deck of the YouTube world. The foundational concept, the foundational theory, the foundational belief behind this video, as well as most of my other videos, is this concept that our souls have chosen this particular human experience. As crazy as it sounds, our souls have chosen to be human in this physical body at this physical time on this planet. There is a reason that our soul has decided to fracture itself and stuff its infinitely large, powerful, energetic field into this compact frame. And it's with this foundational awareness and understanding that I bring this information to you, because it is this awareness that our physical form, our physical human body, is the home for our infinite, energetic, one with the universe soul at this time. Whether you on a human level like that or not, it is what it is. And for me, that means that I hold this human body with immense reverence and appreciation. I want this physical body to be inviting and welcoming for my soul to inhabit. I want my physical body to feel love and appreciation and compassion and understanding, just like I do my light energy soul form. And I want my physical body to feel clean and light so that my energy is able to move freely and to enjoy this human experience, as well as be able to connect with the spiritual realms and my higher self, with my soul. When we connect with our soul and we think about our physical body as the vessel, the home for our soul during this lifetime, during this experience, we're more likely to consume, whether that be food, media, others' energies, in a more conscious and mindful way. Not to mention that pleasure is far stronger when we're consciously ingesting versus unconsciously consuming. I do want to touch on what I'm going to call disclaimers, but really these are still total content within this video and important points for me to convey. So the first piece of this puzzle is I want to highlight that disordered eating patterns, whether that be anorexia, bulimia, or orthorexia, any type of disordered eating pattern requires professional help. So please do reach out to a professional if you feel consumed by your focus on food, whether it be overconsumption, underconsumption, restricting, controlling, or limiting food groups. Definitely please do speak to a professional that can help you through that disordered eating pattern. Also, this video is not nutritional advice. Although I have a passion about nutrition, I am keenly interested in it, and I have definitely done a lot of studying in nutrition. I am not a nutritionist nor a dietitian, so again, if you need those resources, please do reach out to a reputable nutritionist or dietitian who you connect with and feel confident in. And like all the information that I share, this is about opening up your perception, bringing awareness to your patterns and your habits. And with that, take what works and leave what doesn't work, or take what works for you now and put on the back burner what doesn't work for you at this particular moment in your journey, in your experience. This is not all or nothing. This is not a requirement or a striving to be perfection. This is just an awareness and a resource and a tool for you to move into and forward with as your journey progresses, as you need this information. There is no optimal, singular, one perfect eating pattern. There is no one right way to eat. We are all individuals, and we all have our own unique energy needs. We all have our own nutritional way that our body feels best to be fueled. I do have a whole human design playlist about the human design uniqueness that we all have and the digestion and how human design speaks about digestion. So I will link that down in the description box as well as at the end of this video. So definitely check that out if you're interested in it. But really, like all things human design, when I'm talking about it, what I'm speaking about with it is to use it as a framework, as a tool to better understand each one of our individuality, each one of our uniqueness. And speaking of our uniqueness, we all have different body types, different body shapes, different energy needs, and we all have different physical abilities. This is not in any way, shape, or form trying to fix your body or fit it into a societal expectation or perception of what is perfect or right or good. All of this content is about you connecting with your energy, your soul, and your purpose, your mission, why you are here, what you get to experience in this precious lifetime, and how you can experience that the best that you can, and whatever that means for you. And finally, this is not in any way, shape, or form about labeling things or foods or any of it as good or bad. If you've watched any of my human design videos at all, you know that I consistently say that none of it is good or bad, none of it is right or wrong. It is all about understanding you better. Our souls are here to be in this physical experience, and all of the struggles and the pleasures that come with that physical experience. So with that said, why is nutrition and what we consume important at all, especially if you are on this spiritual journey? Well, firstly, our soul is made up of energy. It is energy. It is undefined energy. It is light energy. And it has splintered, fractured, shattered, and compressed itself to fit in this human form. And when we consume foods that are dense and devoid or dead, that can dampen the energy that is our soul. Additionally, when we consume foods that sit heavy, when they sit stagnant within our physical body, it creates these blocks that our life force energy needs to wiggle around and through, and it isn't a clear, open, moving channel. And it limits that ability for us to connect with the earth and the underworld, and it limits their ability to connect with our soul and our spirit world, because that energy just isn't moving fluidly and freely. When we don't drink enough water, our body isn't lubricated to move those foods and those nutrients throughout. So whether that be moving and excreting waste products, or whether that be moving nutrients through our cells so that we can actually gain those nutrients and utilize them for energy. And when we take in excess, or when we take in products that our body needs to store, we retain that energy. Our body holds on to it, and it sits with us, and it creates stagnation. And when we consume products that are enhanced, or they are designed to create an artificial heightened reaction, it actually creates a dampening of our senses, a numbing of our true senses. And it leads to this cycle of overstimulating and then a dampening of our senses. So we have to seek out more to feel that heightened experience. And we lose that ability to appreciate the small, simple pleasures, the small, simple flavors of real, true, nutritious, from the earth food. If you have ever done a sugar detox, or like a sugar cleanse, and you've taken added sugar out of your diet for a week, you know what I'm talking about, because it's one of those things where you remove it and then you come back to it and you realize how shockingly overwhelming that sugar is. It's mind-blowing. So if you want to give that a try, it's a really cool one. I'm not saying eliminate all sugars. I'm saying if you eliminate processed and added sugars, but you allow for like natural sweeteners or not sweeteners, natural sugars that occur inside of like fruits and stuff, then you'll really notice when you add, like, the fruit becomes that much sweeter. And if you then put that sweet food back in, it's like overpoweringly sweet. But then you get used to it again. Play with it. Now again though, this isn't about making certain foods bad. It's about connecting with your soul and with your life force energy, and recognizing that your soul is experiencing being human in this human body, and how, what, when, and how you ingest impacts your energy. What is optimal for you. And that's not a linear thing. It's not a consistent thing necessarily either. It's not this is it and this is only ever it. It's recognizing and bringing that consciousness in throughout your physical lifetime. And this is 100% not about deprivation or limitation in any way, shape, or form. Trust me, I have this weird thing where I will consciously choose to unconsciously consume. Usually kind of around that time of the month. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need to press pause. We need to take a break. There is definitely a time and a place and a reason to numb, to distract. The question is, and the awareness to bring to it is it consistent? Is it beneficial? Is it useful? Is it helping you? Is that needed, or is it an unconscious habit and pattern that really needs some awareness brought to it? Now, if you have at all started to dip your toe into the spiritual world, you've probably heard people talk about being choosing to be sober, being sugar-free, being processed food-free, being a raw vegan. And you've probably spoken with friends or had those thoughts in your mind of like, well, I don't want to give that up. I don't want to not have those things. I don't want to not enjoy pasta or pizza or wine. I love spirits. Like, whatever it is, spirits, hard alcohol versus spirits, you can love both. That's what I'm saying. You can love both. You don't have to give up the human pleasures. For some people, that is their journey. For some people, that is their tool. For others, it's not necessary. Now, that said, as you continue along your personal journey, and as you continue to move this energy forwards and tune into your soul and your life force energy, as you make these changes, you will notice that some things just aren't the same anymore. But it's not from a place of restriction. It's not from a place of limiting or releasing and letting go of. It's from a place of moving in another direction, of consciously choosing to enjoy other things. It's not this cut it off, go cold turkey kind of thing. It just sort of starts to happen where you drink less, or you choose the salad option instead of the heavy creamy pasta option. It's not a thing that you need to set out to achieve at the beginning or at any stage of this journey at all. And again, for some, that is part of their journey. My journey is a little bit more relaxed than that. Again, when we go back to that foundational concept of our soul has chosen to experience being human, and part of that is the human pleasures. What I'm trying to convey here is that there's a difference between enjoying those foods from a pleasure perspective versus enjoying those foods from a numbing perspective. And as we begin to connect with our soul more intimately, we begin to recognize what patterns and what choices are being made consciously and what ones are unconsciously being made. And those ones are usually the ones that are going to be misaligned with your soul and with your energy and with your expansion. So let's wrap this all up because, surprise, it's probably going to be a long one by now. Simply put, we want a clean and clear flow of energy to be able to move through us, through our physical body. And we want our physical body systems to be able to work to their best ability. So usually the two things that are typically needed in that situation are more hydration, more water, and more fiber. So tangibly, bring more consciousness into your meals, into your consumption. Become more aware of what, when, how, and why you are ingesting. And be aware of the experience that you're having before, during, and after. Now, again, that's not an every single time. That's not a strive for perfection. It's a as and when you remember, work towards doing it more. Start to set that intention more and more and more. Instead of focusing your meals around like a meat product, start to focus your meals around fiber-rich, nutrient-dense plant products. You can do this by choosing one meal a day that you focus on, or one day out of the week that you focus on. Increase your water consumption. Now, that said, you don't want to over increase your water consumption. I have a 1 liter water mason jar that I drink with a glass straw because, if I'm being honest, I like to drink out of a straw. So I have this and I fill it up at least twice a day, and that gets me 2 liters of water. Now, for me, that is my minimum. That is the absolute what I strive for. And I implemented this just about a year ago. And there are some days that I'm a little under, some days I'm definitely over, but it's a reasonable amount. And it seems achievable once you get used to it. Surprise! Try to eat as many whole plant-based foods as close to their natural state as you possibly can. And then finally connect with your soul. Ask what would feel good. Ask what it wants to experience, what it wants to consume. Ask what it would enjoy to take in. And how does it want to experience this human existence? I will say it again. This is not about good or bad, right or wrong, limitation, restriction, labeling of any kind. This is about your soul and your body coexisting, cohabitating, and working together to experience this lifetime so that your soul can expand and complete its soul purpose, its soul mission, its desire to have this human experience aided by this physical body. So whether it is food or something else, share in the comments something that you feel that you can be more intentional about. And what does that mean for you? As always, if you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, notification bell, and I will see you in the comments as well as in the next video, which I will pop a couple options up here for you. But if you want your own deeper soul understanding guided by someone, you can also find the link in the description box to book a session with me. So again, not a dietitian or nutritionist, but if you're looking to connect with your human design or with your soul energy, your Akashic Council, you can find the information in the description box to book a session with me. And I will see you in the next video.